Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the AI. I'm your host, Doc, and today we're going to be working through this workflow in N8N, which will post automatically on LinkedIn for you. So if I go over here to our N8N workflow, the first three nodes up here scrape some of the information from the internet, and we are going to identify a post. So I want to go out and first thank this LinkedIn profile. It's called How to AI. So if you find any content, go and follow these people. They're very good at the information they're providing. We gather their information into a Google Sheet. And then we can use this second workflow down here to repurpose that information and make our own post off of what they've created. The sheet gathers the first row, it sends it to the OpenAI and repurposes it. Let me click execute so you can see this working in live time. It's going to gather the information. It's going to send it to OpenAI and repurpose this information. Right here, we're going to gather the image and download that image. We're going to process it and send it up to LinkedIn. And then we're going to update our spreadsheet so we can send this as a time trigger so we can tell our LinkedIn to post every day, once a week, or whatever is your tempo for posting. So this is a great template to start building out your brand, help put out information, and help post content while you're actually working. So now we see our LinkedIn has posted. So I want to go to my LinkedIn, and if I click refresh, I should see this updated to a new post. So now we have a new post. And if I expand this, we can see this is written. It says, goodbye to the days of ChatGPT dominating AI chatbots. Enter DeepSeek. It's a shiny new AI player and it gives you the information, DeepSeek journey. You can kind of tell this is AI written. We can modify this, but what makes this important is that we have an image in here and we're consistently posting about our brand. So if you find value in this video and you think this is helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe. Join my communities linked in the description below, where I am continuously putting out content and I'm trying to provide you guys help on AI automation and maximizing your AI to give you your time back. Stay tuned for a step-by-step guide of what is happening in each node. And then I'm going to walk you through how to build this out. So if you're still with me, thanks for staying around. What's happening is we've pinned some information up here. So I don't want to keep using my API calls and I don't want to keep using my credits. So I'm going to show you because I pinned this. I pinned over 100 posts. And essentially what's happening is I've told the workflow to execute. And so what's happening is I've told the workflow to execute. It's gone to Apify. And if I go and show you the Apify account, this is the Apify account where you would go in and you would manipulate it. What we are working with is the LinkedIn company post scraper with no cookies. It's $5 for 1,000 results. So down here, I've used only $2.23 in gathering over 200 posts, so then I can repurpose it throughout my time. So that's more than enough to repurpose for a month. So you don't need to pay for anything in this service except for ChatGPT. So now going in, what this next node is doing, it is collecting that information and we are gathering all of the information from the post. We are capturing it inside of our worksheet and we are posting it to our Google Sheets. So this is how the worksheet will look as it comes in. We have the author. And if we scroll down, we will see the author is in here. We have the media. So this is where the image is stored on the internet. We have a row for the post. So this is the post, like the actual link for the URL for the LinkedIn post. And then this is the text that was posted before. So essentially we're just repurposing what they made and we're taking their image and we're making a new content. So sorry, How to AI, but I want to provide this to everyone so that everyone can start automating their brands, do this for their own content, and make their own products or repurpose somebody else's products. Because in this world of AI, I don't think anything is real anymore. So now working through the next workflow, what's down here is a trigger. This is important because you need to set this to what is reasonable for you. You can do every 18 hours. You can do it by minutes. You can do it by days. It's up to you how you're going to do it. The second node is the actual Google Sheet. And what's happening in this node is we are gathering the first row from the Google Sheet. So we've told it to execute. it's passed through. We've told it to bring back only the first row. And now it's pulling in that first row of information from our Google Sheet. With this completed, it sends that information to our ChatGPT or OpenAI. We use GPT-4 and we message a model. And then we give it this prompt right here where it takes our content, repurposes it, and then it outputs our results on the other side. With that complete, this is the new post that will be posted. And we can give it more instructions if you want it more concise. We can make it very different. The next thing is our HTTP request. And what this is doing is it's just gathering that document. So if I view this document, this is the document that was posted by How to AI. When that is done, it accesses our LinkedIn post, and then it updates the Google Sheet saying the post has been completed. Yes, it has. And now we can move on. So this is very important because once this is complete, when the next timestamp hits in 18 hours, this will start. And instead of gathering the same row, this is going to read that completed row. And if it says completed and it's blank, it's going to grab the first blank. And so it's going to read all the yeses, and then it's going to move to the next blank. So with that complete, this workflow is completed, and that is what's happening in this N8N workflow. So stick around because I'm going to build this out step by step and show you how to do all of this in N8N. All right, so now working on the step-by-step process, the first one, what you want to do is this is going to be the first thing you want to do is rename it. So we're going to rename it as LinkedIn Repurpose Video. And so then this is completed. I want to move on to the next one. And the next thing is to set up the first node. Everything in N8N always starts with a trigger. And specifically for this video, the trigger for this is a manual trigger. The reason you want this to be a manual trigger is because from this first one, we're going to gather a lot of information. And from that information, we may only need to run this one time so that we can run the other execution multiple times. So if we can run this one time and gather 100 posts, we only need to run it one time. And then we have the information in our spreadsheet. And then we can execute the other workflow multiple times throughout the month until our credits build back up and we have the new credits in Apify. And I'll go through all of that in a second. So the next thing to do is to do an HTTP node. And this node is going to be an HTTP node to a request node. This is going to be an HTTP request node. And what this request node is doing is we're posting information. So what we need to do is we need to do a post node. And then we're going to collect this from Apify. So now I'm going to show you what you do to get this URL. So there's a couple of things you need to do first. So to get this URL, you need to go to Apify. It's going to be linked in the description below. And then you need to go to the Apify store. When you're in the store, you have all kind of scrapers here. But what you want to look for, since I already have this one before, is I'm going to go to My Actors. So in Actors, this is the ones I have actively running. So inside of My Actors, this is what you want to look for. LinkedIn Company Post Scraper, no cookies. Now, there is a difference between the company scraper and the profile scraper. The one that I'm doing is for How to AI, which is a company. So I'm going to click this one. Once I click this, I did one for AI Evolution. That's another really good LinkedIn page. Go check them out. But what you want to do is you want to copy this URL and then you want to paste it into here. Once you've done that, you want to go in and you want to click Integration, scroll down to the bottom, click Use API Endpoint, and then click the third one, which is Run asynchronously and Get Dataset Items. You want to copy this, and this is going to be your URL. All right, so I'm not going to show you this, but you're going to paste it here because that's going to be your URL. All right, so now that I've pasted that in, I've deleted my API token, but once you paste it in, it will look something like this with your API token on the end. With that complete, this is going to be none. We're going to none, and then we're going to send a body. Now the body we need to send, this is going to be another modification. So what you need to do is we need to change this to use JSON, and then we're going to paste this in right here. And I'll talk to you and tell you what this is doing. So basically, we're telling it the company name, which is the LinkedIn URL, which I gave you, and then how many pages you want scraped. And that's all you have to do for this node. Once this is completed, we can go to our Google Sheet. And we can update a row, update or append a row. So once we go and we have it as update a row, we can collect the file that we need to access. And the file we are going to use is how to AI, is LinkedIn how to AI. And that's just the name of the post that we're using. And then we need to go to sheet 1, which is the only sheet inside of the Google Sheets. And now, aside from this, what we need to do is we need to copy and paste these over. So basically what we're doing is, we are pasting in the information from the output of the old node over here, which will be our input. And we are pasting in the information as an expression so that it can, and we're pasting it in as an expression so that if it changes, it can update that information and that data inside of that. So once we have this completed, this is going to get I'll tell you what each one is doing, but essentially what this is doing is each one is bringing in information. This is bringing in the name of the author. This one is bringing in the media, which is the image. This is bringing in the actual post URL. So what it is posted at on LinkedIn. And the last one is the text that was posted. So now with that completed, once this runs, you will end up with a product like this in your Google Sheets. And you will have a bunch of posts that you can use and repurpose. Now, once you do this, this is completed. You can have this running in the background. And once you run it one time, you have your nodes completed. So now moving into the next thing is what we need to do on the next one is we need to set another trigger. And this trigger is going to be a little different. What you want to do is you want to run it off of a schedule. And maybe you might want to post it every, we'll say hours. And instead of 1 hour, we may say 32 hours. We may say 32 hours. So now every 32 hours, this one will execute. So now we have no information. So we need to go and get some information from our Google Sheet. So from our Google Sheet, we will get some rows. And from that, we need to access our how-to post. So LinkedIn how-to, whatever that name was of your sheet. And then the next thing you need to do is sheet 1. And now this is an important factor. What you want to do is you want to add only matching the first row and then turn it on. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is it's going to send all 100 of those posts through and it's not going to work. So this is going to limit it to the first information coming through. But now you have to match it to a specific column. So you want to go to completed and then leave this part blank. So what's happening is this is going to say return the first row of the column completed that has no value in it. So now let's talk to that one more time. This is going to say return the first row. And now if we go to our Google Sheet and we go up to the top, it's going to say return the first row of this column. Anything inside of E, it will read the first row. And if it goes to right here and this one is blank, it will complete this one right here. And at the end of this will update to say yes. So then it will know to go to the next one that's blank and next one. And it's like an iteration. It'll keep going. So now that we have that completed, this node is complete. We can move on to the next one. The next one is going to be an OpenAI node. So now what I want to do is I want to go to OpenAI. And it's going to be a message the model. So here we have message the model. And then I'm going to show you what I put into it. So what I want to do is I want to go to ChatGPT 4.0. And now this one is complete. I'm going to show you how to connect your OpenAI account. So now to connect your OpenAI account, what you want to do is you want to go to platforms.openai.playgrounds, and you want to go into the settings. And then in the settings, you want to click your API key, and then you create a new key, name your key, name the project, create the key. Once it's created, you can copy that key here. So you want to copy it. And then when you go back here, you can go to create a new account. You write your API key in there and it is ready to go. So now with my account connected, I'm going to paste in the prompt that I have for it. So here's the prompt. And what I would recommend you do is to open your ChatGPT, take your snip tool, snip this out right here, just like this. You want to copy the image, go into ChatGPT and paste that in. And then what you want to do is you want to write this word for word. And you can say write this word for word if you want it exactly how I wrote it, or you can add your changes, but make it for a podcast titled Inside the AI. I can hit enter. And now this is going to write this word for word, but it will make small changes. And so now you get the idea. This is working through. What you'll do is you copy that, you paste it in here, and it's ready to go. With this completed, the next thing you need to do is go down, simplify output, and this node is completed. So now this is complete. We know how to connect it. You're good to go. So now we have only 3 more nodes to complete. The next node is an HTTP node. And this is going to be an easy node to complete. All this is doing is it's gathering the information from the picture. So what you want to do is you want to paste in this URL. It's actually not a URL, it's an expression. But basically what this is going to do is it's going to pass through the URL from the Google Sheet. It's red because we have no information that's inputted. But the URL from the image that is stored in our file. So essentially what we're doing is we're taking this image right here and it's downloading this image from this website. And once that happens, it will download it. And then this node is completed. So then what we would have is the text created, the picture created. The next thing we need to do is our LinkedIn. So to update our LinkedIn, there's a few steps. I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I'm going to go into LinkedIn and create a post from this. So from this, what I want to do is I want to create a post. I want to create a person. The person who's going to post is obviously me. I want to paste in the message. So now here's the message here. This is going to be the text that comes in from the OpenAI. And then down here, we need to change this to none. Instead of none, we need to change it to image. And then this will stay as data. So this is going to be the image that's getting passed through. Now that sounds really easy, but let me show you some of the issues I've run into. So to create your connection, what you want to do is you want to go here and create a new connection. The first thing you want to do is you need to click this button off. So turn this off and only leave the Get Legacy on. If you don't, it's not going to work. I don't know why, but it's just a bug. So now one of the things you have to do is you have to go into LinkedIn developer website. And this developer website is going to be linked in the description below, but you need to go to My Apps and you can create a new app. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to create a new app. And from this, you're going to give it a name. So like I did inside the AI, you're going to give it a logo, whatever logo you want. It can be any picture. So I can just take this picture and that can be my logo. Hey, that's actually a pretty good logo. And then I can just put, I've read and understand this. So I can create this app. And now this is being created. Okay, you have to paste the company URL. So now if I go into my website and I go into Let me see, how do I get it? And then I go into the company website right here. This is the company website. I can copy this and then I can paste it into my developer site. So I can paste it right here. And then I hit create. And now this is completed. So now to use the LinkedIn, what you need to do is you need to share on LinkedIn. So you have to click this one. So you have to click the share on LinkedIn, and then you have to go down and you have to use sign in with LinkedIn Open ID Connect. So now once this is connected, these two are done. With that completed, this gets you some access, but now you need to go to authentication. So now from here, you have your ID and your primary client a secret ID. What you need to do down here is you need to click this open and you want to add a redirect URL. So the redirect URL you will get from the community page right here. So you can copy this right here. And then you want to go back into your LinkedIn and paste it in. So now this is updated. Click update, and now this is good to go. So once you do that, you want to go down here and add some permissions. You need to add Open ID, profile, W, member, social, and an email. This will allow you to use these permissions inside of LinkedIn. With this completed, we can go back up, copy your ID and your secret key, go back into here, make sure it's on standard, click this one off. When you click connect, it will open this up, and now you can authenticate. So now that's how you would do it. With this completed, the last thing we need to do is update our last Google Sheet. And so I'm going to go here. I'm going to click Google Sheet. And what we need to do is we need to update or append a row. From this, we need to take out the LinkedIn how to AI post and then what sheet we're doing. So sheet 1. And now again, we need to match this. So this is going to look for a unique character that it's going to match the row to. So we're going to say the text, because I don't think two people are going to text the exact same thing. And then once I do that, this is what we want to put inside of there. So again, this is what's happening here is we're telling it to go to our Google Sheet, read the text, and the first one you see with this text here, go to the completed and write, yes, it's been completed. And now this is completed, and now that will happen, and this will be the end of the node. Now, once that has hit, it will be the end. That row is completed. When you go to run this the next time, whenever you set the trigger, it will hit the next row, and it will keep posting for you automatically. So if you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. Use this information to keep posting, keep your brand information up, and really make yourself the expert. Now go out and make sure you are the expert, but use these to promote yourself and make your brand better. Thanks for watching. I'm the Data Doc. Thanks. Bye-bye.